All right, raza. Tenemos la comadre Veronica Lopez. ¿Cómo estás, comadre?
Oh, really good. Really, really good. How is everybody doing?
Oh man, I'm having a good time here. I'm happy we finally get to do the interview
I know.
because like we have been friends on Facebook for like how long? Like for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, and I know. I really am very appreciative because I love when people have been with me and have seen everything I've done for all these years. you know.
Yeah, like for me, you do region you're in so many genres. Regional Mexicano, Banda, Tejano. What other genres do you do? Like what?
Well, I mean, it all started with mariachi. I started singing mariachi when I was a little girl, and then I started singing in English in my teenage years. But yeah, I've been trying to do Tejano for a long time. That was like my favorite genre. When Selena passed and I got to hear what Tejano was because I grew up with mariachi mainly in my house. I thought, wow, I would love to sing that type of music, and I just couldn't find anybody to put something together out here. Where I live in Vegas now, so I just couldn't find anyone that supported me doing that type of music. So I've done so many other ones.
And with me following you through your career and like where are you originally from? So at least the listeners can get a little bit of a background about you.
I was born in Van Nuys, California. My dad is from Extaclan, Jalisco, Mexico. And my mother was born in San Fernando, California, also, but her parents are from Durango. So I'm like a Spanglish speaker. I speak Spanish and English, and sometimes I don't speak it perfect in Spanish, but I learned both at the same time. So that's where I'm from. I'm a Valley girl from California.
And here I thought you were from here.
Everybody thinks I'm from there because my heart is there, but but yeah, I'm actually a California girl and moved to Vegas and have been here for a long time and just been recording and presenting myself here. Went to Texas 10 years ago and tried to knock on some doors with some things that I recorded here in Las Vegas. Everybody was so wonderful, open arms. The radios played my cumbias that I had from Vegas, but they all said the same thing. Why haven't you recorded something in Tejano? Why haven't you? And I'm like, if I tell them the truth, they're going to be like, what? But there was no one here that would do it for me. Everyone was so just negative about it. Nobody's going to want to hear you sing Tejano. We don't have it on the radio. There's no market for that here. That's not for here. So I mean, that's where I was with that.
But with that area too, it is mostly regional mexicano and new mex and all that, but like that's the best part about internet radio. Like we're able to cross so many genres and hit so many different locations and actually take a shot. Like this is why I started out the radio station. And so, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take a shot in this genre. Let me go and give it to you and see what happens.
Right. Right, exactly. So I am so appreciative that now we can use that. I actually have been going through different people that have internet stations, even here in Vegas, and they'll go ahead and play it. And I'm like, oh, and then I've been sharing, every time I'm on the radio and I even created a group. And if anyone that's in Las Vegas is listening, I created a group called Tejanos de Las Vegas. I just started it on Facebook to start trying to accumulate everybody that likes Tejano music, but they're in Vegas and they don't have access to it. And I'm actually posting different things that I'm finding about Tejano music, just education stuff about the history. And so far, I have about 47 people that have joined the group. So that's a good sign. There are people in Las Vegas that like Tejano music. There are, but we just have to find them.
And then, of course, we also have the Tejano convention that happens there in Vegas every single year. So that's for sure one of the things I need to go to personally. But
Well, yeah, I go there every year as well. But like I've said in some interviews before, Las Vegas does not promote this convention. The only way you'll know about the convention is if you follow Tejano music and you are in Vegas and you're like, oh, I want to go. But the majority of people are coming from outside that know about Tejano music. And I wish that would change. I wish they would put some commercials on our local TV. I wish they would play a lot of Tejano on our radio stations here. So that way, people that are actually living in Vegas, it's so easy for us to go, can go, you know?
Yeah,
I don't understand why they do that. Like why it's just an outside thing. You know, we don't have any advertising here for that convention at all. I've never seen Vegas put even a billboard saying the Tejano convention is here. They don't.
and
And that's
that's a
interesting, right?
yeah, that like it's interesting, but again, it's sad because it's like for me, Tejano is Americana, and there's so
Right.
many conventions and all that go over there, and like just to know about the culture and just to do like the little history part of it. Of
Right.
course, like besides the music and meeting the bands and all that, I would like to see a little bit more history there. Like, okay,
Right.
hey, this is where it started. Like, Horner's always there, but hey, show the first accordion that was played or one of the
Right.
variations, and let's talk about
Right.
the history of conjunto. Let's talk about like how Tejano originally started.
Right. And even Chicano history. Like we don't see that anywhere. So that is one of my goals. I'm working with someone else here in Vegas. That's one of his goals as well, is to open the door. And like I say all the time, it's not just for me. I know it has to start with me here, getting that music played. As a matter of fact, I've been talking to a big radio station out here about just giving me a chance and putting me in rotation. But once I open the door and the people like it, then it's going to open the door to many Tejano artists in a way where they can actually come perform. We can put together events and invite them and just give the people the opportunity to have options. I've sang regional Mexican and I love music. I love all music. But we should have the option to know about other genres and see if we like it too, you know? We should have that open door policy here for all kinds of genres. you know,
Yeah,
we do bring in mariachi during mariachi festivals, and I'm sure that wasn't something here before. Someone brought it here, so I think I want to take on that role where I bring it to Las Vegas, and maybe other parts of Nevada. I want to be that person that they're like, oh, you remember that lady back then? She brought it over here.
and
you know?
that's a good thing. That's something I support 100%. Like, I would love to be a part of it. Like with my job and just looking at things, and it's like, oh yeah, I can see myself going over there. And plus, I
Yeah.
got some familia that's all over there as well, and like just doing anything for the culture. That's what we look at,
Mhm.
and the
Mhm.
importance of the culture to like besides my listeners, but just to la raza in general. Like
Right.
like for me, I just love educating people. I love educating about how Tejano is Tejano and why it became this like music genre. Besides
Mhm.
Selena, like oh yeah, let's talk about the other legends
Right.
like Lydia
Exactly.
Mendoza and like there's just so many, and plus all the awesome female artists that are coming up, and you're part of this new genre of the female artist that is hitting la onda.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel so comfortable seeing Tejano. I tell people it's like, and I say this all the time in my interviews, it feels like a woman has all these shoes and then she finds the best pair of shoes that she loves and she always wants to wear those because they're comfortable, they can last all day. Like I've been wearing all different shoes, but I found my shoes that fit perfect. And I want to sing this and I want to do a good job and I want to just show everybody that I'm bringing Tejano here. It's not only about bringing it for myself, but for everyone. So I just want to be that person that represents,
Yeah,
as best as I can. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm in love with doing this genre, and I'm going slow with my songs because the producer of my songs is Javier Villarreal. He's taking his time to really choose songs that are going to fit me perfect, that are going to be something that makes kind of like my mark, you know? And I'm really grateful for that I found someone that loves, doing that for me as much as I love performing it. So we
And with
make a good
him,
team.
he's just awesome at his song selection, and just the way that he produces his music as well. Like I have so many songs of his, and it's like wow, like he's one of those hidden gems that we have
Yes,
in
he
the
is.
industry.
Exactly, he is. And I'm like, oh, can we, do videos and videotape you? And he's like, no, 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 it's okay. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're like this super talent, you're just hidden there.
Yeah, like
And yeah.
with him, and like we have so many awesome producers here in San Antonio.
Hmm.
Like it's no matter what, someone's gonna tell you, hey, go and talk to this person, go and talk to that person. Oh yeah, this person's connected with this person, so you can probably go and work with them.
Right, right. Hmm.
And I just love it because going through your music and going like how many albums do you have in total? Because
I, well, I think I have six. You know, I never give up. I kept going. I kept, doing different music, and I just always feel that you should leave something. If you have this thing where you can do music, or you could draw, or you could paint, or you can educate, whatever it is, I just feel like, you know, you need to leave it. You need to leave it on this earth. I think really deep about these kind of things. So I'm like, this is great. I'm just going to keep recording, and eventually, something will, whatever God wants for me will happen. So I'm just going to keep doing what I love to do. And that's recording and leaving a legacy of what I am and who I am. So I have about six, and they're all. I think I did two banda albums. I did one recently, a bolero album. I recorded actually over the rainbow in bolero style.
I
I
think I
did.
had that in my personal collection as well. So
Do you?
yeah,
Oh, that's one of my favorites that I recorded. And I did "Stand by Me," also bilingual and bolero style on that album. What else? Oh, and I even have a that no one really knows, but I have a children's album that I did one so far, and I'll have a second one ready to be released. And it's for children. It's like all children's songs, and it's just teaching them good morals, good values, and things like that. That's in English. So I have a lot of stuff. I know you say you have so much, but I do, and I love each project.
and that's the best part. Like that, like with me, you're the true meaning of being a Tejana because
Oh,
you have
thank
so
you.
many genres within you that you put out, and it's like, and now it's like, okay, just hearing you go traditional Tejano, but it's like you were born and raised Tejana, like you're
I
Tejano.
do. I have it in my soul. Maybe I was supposed to be born there. It just didn't happen. But
Pero it's all good porque
yeah,
like I miss you the last time you came to San Antonio, but are you gonna be coming down here for fanfare or?
yes, I'm coming down, and I was like, I don't know if you know DJ Smoke, but he's having a veterans event. And I think that's on the 16th of March. And I am so new to Tejano. I don't have a band yet to actually do a big show production. So I am trying to gather up musicians. So eventually I will have a band down there. But till then, I gotta sing either with my track or a cappella. And so I asked him if I could if I could gift to the veterans the national anthem at his event, and he said yes. So I will be doing that day. I will be posting a poster soon of where it is, but I'll be singing a cappella the national anthem for the veterans on the 16th of March. So I will be there. So I'm looking for other things to do while I'm there, because I'll probably be there a week. And I have promotion people working on a schedule since I'm coming down.
Well, we have so many events going on, and of course, I'm going to be walking around Fanfare and doing little interviews here and there, and like just little drops. But honestly, like I love Fanfare because it's one of the biggest promotions you can get for free. So
Right.
like that
Right.
that's one of my main things. Like I love the whole marketing and promotion of things, and I just love seeing artists grow.
Oh,
I'm just so happy that I'm able to go and interview you, especially seeing you grow from when I met you to now to doing Tejano. But
thank
still,
you.
I jam out to the second Banda album because I grew up with Banda. I grew up with Antonio Aguilar and Banda de Recodo, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, if I si quiero pistear, you know what, like it.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm gonna have the corridos and have the Antonio Aguilar going and los inquietos y todo.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, that's all the stuff that's real popular out here. So that's why, I went that direction. And I did really well. I was able to perform with a lot of live bandas, big bandas, 13 musicians.
Now that had to be fun.
Yeah.
I miss those days too because like back in the day I used to play Regional Mexicano también and like just like opening up for Montes de Durango or Capaz de la Sierra and Alacranes, and I was in big in the Duranguense scene because Chicago wasn't that far, so we got all the Duranguense bands.
Oh, yeah.
And it was
I
like,
think I did one I think I did one Duranguense song. I think I'm not sure. I've done so many albums. I think I have one Duranguense.
and like just remembering those times and just like learning lessons through those artists, and it's like, oh, okay, so I shouldn't have played that because like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have played Jake Perez before you guys.
Well, that's the thing that I think that the Hano music, it's such a classy type of music. I mean, I just love it. I mean, I love the old, the new. It should be in the mix. And even here in Vegas, like I don't understand. We should have those options to listen to all the different kind of music. It's in Spanish, so if it's on a Spanish station, it should be okay. I think it's just people, like you said, they're not really educated on it. They don't really know about it, at least not out here. And I think if there was the opportunity to do some bailes, I think people would really love it. I do.
And especially up there, I know with the New Mex band, like, and a lot of the just knowing a lot of the things and just doing a lot of the things that doing my research up there as well because I have to research a lot of bands, and como Alan Huracan, he was one of my favorites too that comes from there, and Sparks, and like just seeing them like trying to play Tejano, but then it comes out like sort of like Tejano.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what my other producer, when I tried to tell him, I do have a few songs that have a little, kind of like a little tinge of it, but it wasn't the real deal.
Yeah.
I had to go to Texas to get that.
But for me, I still jam out to Alan Huracan because he was like the only Tejano like legend that I know that came from that area, and he kept it old
Oh.
school. He kept it all Chicano,
Mm.
and it's like, oh shoot, well, I guess there was an actual Chicano movement and an actual Tejano movement that was
Yeah.
there, and then it kind of disappeared, which is horrible. But like, I'm glad that you're trying to bring it back because
Yeah.
that's the main thing. Is like we want Tejano all over the world. Like just with our interview right now, we're hitting 35 different countries.
That's awesome.
And right after the interview, of course, we're gonna be on the podcast and like at iTunes, Spotify, and all that. And we're hitting so many different other countries with that as well. And they're just loving Tejano.
That's great. Well, I love it too, so that's why I'm taking my time with this album. I I've made albums before, like really really fast, just song then another song, but we're really taking our time. We want this one to leave a great legacy, so we're working really hard to be very selective and making sure that my vocals are exactly the way I want them. I've been recording for so long, so sometimes I'm very critical about myself. I'm like, I didn't like that, or I could do that better. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of fun. I mean, I find a lot of fun in recording and coming out with a product because it's all creative, so it's fun.
And like honestly, even with this latest single, like
Hmm.
it sounds so good. I was like, just once I heard once I heard it for the first time, I'm like, oh my god, this is a hit. Like this is gonna be like one of those hidden hits, and it's like I
Thank you.
like I was telling Leona Promotions who like sent me the song. I'm like, oh my god, like this is good. Like this is like this is really good. She's like, I know,
Thank you.
right? Like I
Thank you so much. When I heard it, like I'm gonna tell you the truth, I got very emotional once it was all put together, and I even filmed the moment because I listened to it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly where I wanted to be. It took long to find that that goal to get it fulfilled, and I was just so happy with the end result. And I just looked at Javi and I said, thank you so much. See, I could check that off my bucket list. I actually recorded a Tejano song, So he's like, let's do a full album. I'm like, let's do it. So I'm really excited to show everybody the second single. I really want people to tell me how they feel about it as well. The title's Sueño. That'll be the next song, and we will have it in a few days. So I'm looking forward to releasing it.
and of course it will be playing here on Tejano Spotlight Radio.
Of
Uh
course,
and of course, like with all the latest hits and all that, they play about 5 times a day. So no
oh,
matter what,
wow.
we do a hard push on all brand new music because we want the brand new music to be heard. We want brand new artists to shine, and that's what the
Thank
station is
you.
all about.
That's great. That's awesome. I truly appreciate you following me, and I'm just very grateful. I tell people this, like, I don't ever forget, everyone that's just supported me and helped me, and even little notes on my Facebook to keep me going. Like, I truly remember and appreciate everyone. I just want you to know that.
Uh, I appreciate you too, like just being friends on Facebook. And this is actually the first time us actually talking.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is such an awesome interview. And I want to thank you. And of course, thank Leona Promotions for setting up this interview. Laura Science, híjole.
Oh, sweet girl. I love her. She doesn't. When I talk to her, I just feel so like also grateful and just so like wow. Like I love her energy, her personality. So she's listening. Thank you so much. I mean, I just fell in love with her the first time I heard her on the phone. I was like, this girl, she's got it going on.
And just to know too, like just knowing her family history in Tejano as well, it's like girl, girl, you're related to some conjunto legends, and it's like wow, like she has knowledge of the music and just on ways to go, and it's awesome.
That is great. Yeah. Yes. Very, very grateful. Very grateful to everyone. Like, as soon as I recorded and even the whole story of how I got to Javi, it's an interesting story how I found him and how the same day that I went to meet him, he let me hear a few songs. And there was a song that he had the music to, and he's like, "This is already done," but the person that recorded this, didn't want this after all, or they changed their mind. He said, do you want to try it? It was a different song. And so it was a cover song. And I said, well, I don't really know that song. He said, well, just try it. Get the words, on your phone and just try it. He had never heard me. So as soon as I sang, he just kind of looked at me and said, do you want to record a piece? I said, already? I just got here. And I said, but yeah. So I did. I recorded a little piece, just kind of reading the lyrics off my phone. And he was just happy. He just looked at me like, wow. And I was like, wow to him. And he was wow to me. And I was like, we're going to do something here. This is all like a God thing. It was all just a divine appointment. That's what I call it. We both didn't realize that it was a divine appointment, but it was. And that's it. The song got done so fast, and we released it, and here we are. And I've felt nothing but love from people, and it's really nice. It's really super nice to feel so supported and so loved. And like I said, I can't say it enough. I'm just so grateful.
And like just with Javi alone, and like just knowing about that session too, that's an awesome moment. Like,
yeah.
Like I wish I was a fly on the wall there, because it's like he just has that ear. Like every time I see him perform or see him like just do his thing, it's like, wow, how in the hell can you do that?
Yeah.
Like it's just that natural ability of his, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, he definitely has an angel all around him. He could just take a song but he's very precise, he listens to things, and he can hear things that maybe not the regular person can hear. You know what I mean? He just knows. With the second song, I was like, wow, I didn't even imagine it sounding like that. And he's like, oh yeah, they'll be here, there'll be drums here, there'll be this, that. And I mean, the second one is just it's one of those songs that just is just showstopper. It's just like, what is that? Yeah, the second one is I love the new one we're about to release as well. So far I love both. So,
and of course, like with this first single that you put out, it's on rotation, it's playing a lot, and I get compliments as well when I go and I tell people, like, they ask me, who are you going to interview this week? Well, I'm interviewing Veronica. ¿Quién es ella? So I go and I play the song. Ay, está bruto. It's good. It's good.
Aww.
And then I go give them the link so they can go and try and buy it on iTunes and stream it on Spotify. And
oh, thank you. Yeah, everybody's like, you only have one? I'm like, yeah, I only have one so far. Because I submitted for the fanfare, but I only have one Tejano song right now. So I told him, I said, I can sing some other stuff that I've recorded in the past if you'd like me to, but I don't really have a band yet. So we're kind of working on that. Unless if there's a band that's going to be there would call me up to sing something, I would definitely do that. Maybe like a couple of songs with any band that's there while they're there. But I don't know what's happening yet. I haven't touched base with the person in charge. But if I'm already there and someone asks me to do something up on stage, I will. I will definitely do that.
Oh, I know some people will. Some people love having those guest artists as well. And like fanfare, it's in a new area this year, so of course, like it was at Market Square, and this is the first time it's going to be at Hemisphere Park downtown by the Riverwalk. It's a beautiful park. They completely redid it, and honestly, I can't wait to see the Tejanos go take it over, and we're gonna party and live it up. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, if I'm not singing, I'm partying and living it up too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, porque hey, we have to, porque hey, we're Tejanos. We get crazy down here.
I know. I want to check you guys out.
Yeah. And I'm a Midwest Tejano, so I get even crazier. Just with the snow, hey, whatever happens.
Whatever happens stays in Texas, right? Like
Yeah.
over here in Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is fantastic. I'm just so glad that I get to talk to you and meet you, you know.
And of course, you will probably meet me at Fanfare, which is gonna be awesome. I know I can't make it to the veterans event, but for sure I will be around downtown.
Okay,
So yeah,
perfect. So if you see me, remember I'm only 4'10". If you find me, make sure you say hello.
pero you know how many women are 4'10" around?
Yeah, I know.
Like, híjole,
I'm telling you, I should have been born there because when I went out there, I did. I met a lot of people that were really like my height. I could see them in their eyes. It was great. You know, I was like, this is cool that there's a lot of women my height here.
yeah, like that. Like with me, I'm 5'5", and I'm like, yeah, they think that I'm tall because of my stage name, El Mero Mero, and they're like, I thought you were taller. No, I'm looking up at you. No, like that's just my name.
That's funny. You know what they say about short people? That we're like the fun size candy. You know,
Yeah,
like when you go Halloween trick or treating, you get the little ones. That's us. We're the little one.
yeah. That's what one lady said about me, and then she asked me if I needed some papers, or she's like, "Apenas cruzas." No, like I'm like, híjole, esta
It's funny.
gente. But man, I just love this interview. And can you talk about your latest single?
Okay. Well, I don't know if you did. You get to watch the video? There's a video out there.
Oh yeah, the video, we do have it on the Tejano Spotlight Radio fan page on Facebook.
Oh, awesome! I know. I've had half people say they don't like it, and half people say they love it, and they wonder what my thought was behind it and why I did it like that. Why I didn't do like this whole storyline, me solo hastes, some dramatic, with a couple or whatever, and why did I do it in a boxing ring? There's a few reasons why I did it, and after I did it, even more reasons came in my mind what it actually signified. So Joe Cortez, he's the Hall of Fame boxing referee for all the major fights. That's who's in that video with me. I'm not sure if you knew that, but his name is Joe Cortez. He's actually the referee that did De La Hoya, Holyfield, Mayweather. He's done all the fights. He's a very famous, well-known, at least in the boxing world, referee, and he's a good friend of mine. So Joe has been in my life for a lot of years. He's kind of adopted me like another daughter in a way, where he's just checks on me, and we always make sure that we know if each other's okay. When I met Joe some time ago, he actually invited me to his house to sing for the United States Surgeon General, and that was one of the first times he heard me sing a song that I wrote called America's Glory. It's now nicknamed the Immigrant's Anthem. So, with our history, when I was going to do my very first Tejano song, which I've been waiting to do this music forever, I had visited him and I was in his gym, and he has that boxing ring in his home. That's actually a personal boxing ring. And I looked around and I said, I need to make a video. And I don't know, just the idea of being a fighter, of not giving up. Those thoughts were kind of going through my mind as I looked at the ring, and I said, would I be able to do the video here? And he said, yes, of course. And I said, really? I didn't know if he was going to say yes or no. But I mean, hey, you got to ask. All they can say is no.
Yeah,
So, so after he said yes, I was explaining to him that I was like, it was like significant for me because I have a lot of albums. I've done this for a long time, and it signifies to me that I never give up. And no matter what, I'm not going to give up. And he loved the idea, and I asked him, "Would you want to be, in the video?" That was another question. I didn't know what he was going to say, and he said, "Yes, I'll be in it." I said, "Really?" Because I really did not expect him to say yes, because he's very famous. He's very well known. He's inducted in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he has such an amazing history. And just for him to say that, I was just so honored. You have no idea. I got emotional. I said, "Wow, you will?" He said, "Yes." He goes, I want to support you doing this song, this genre." He had never heard Tejano as well. He's from Puerto Rico, and they listen to a lot of salsa, merengue. So this was cool to show him this genre. He loved it, and he even danced with me in the video. And that was his idea. So I was so just so honored and so blessed and so lucky. I felt like a very lucky artist to have this person by me. And then when he held up my hand, he did that. That was his idea as the winner, as like, you're the winner. You're still, you're going strong. And so it's a pretty cool story. And some people don't understand the whole concept behind the video, but that is exactly why I did that.
That's awesome. Like now I gotta go and re-see the video for the 20th time. But yeah, like that's badass. Like that's really badass.
Yeah, I felt like it was just the coolest thing ever. What a great memory I have with this man, and it'll be here forever, and I'm just totally grateful to Mr. Joe Cortez if he ever hears this. I'm just so thankful that you were in my life and you have shown me so much support. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I'm just so happy that I'm interviewing you, and
Oh,
like with that story, that's what makes my job so special. Is I'm able to hear a little bit more personal stuff than most people.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't really know why I did that, and they're like, "That's weird. That doesn't mix with the Hano." Like, people will get to know me as an artist. I'm always creating, and I'm always going against the grain, and I'm always thinking of something different, something fresh, something that no one has really thought of before. I do that with all my music, and that's just me. I'm just that kind of person. I just like to bring new ideas and open people's minds to something that maybe they wouldn't have thought of. And I have gotten, I'm going to be very honest, I have gotten some negative on that video because they really don't know the story. And I'm okay with that because eventually everyone will know the story and they'll say, "Oh, okay, I get it." I think I even had an apology on YouTube after I explained a little bit about it, from someone on there saying that they're sorry that now they got it. They're like, "Oh, okay, so now I know why you did the video like that."
and
And it's
now
okay. I don't take it personal.
and now after the podcast, everyone's gonna know about it.
They're all going to delete their bad comments.
But it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Trust me. I don't take these. I'm an artist. I mean, you're not always gonna, as an artist, you're not always gonna be able to, be the best for everyone. And in my career, I've realized that. And for any up and coming artist. But you know what? The people that do love you, those are golden. They're just golden in your career because that's what makes you keep going. It motivates you to just keep trying. I mean, whether you're a singer, an actor, a painter, whatever creation that you're creating, it's not always gonna make everybody, happy. That's okay. That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what. Besides making the world go round, but just the artistry alone, like with me, that's what I crave. Anyways, is artistic people around me, and just knowing, okay, hey, you know what? Something new is gonna happen with this artist. Something new is gonna happen over here. Oh yeah, this new song's coming out. Like you had me excited for the new single that's gonna be coming out, and like just with the single that we're gonna play in just a little bit, like honestly, after knowing that story, to this and just like this interview, it's awesome. Like, and I'm very honored that you told that story.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And any other shout outs you would like to give?
Shout out to HJN Promotions, another promotion company that's working on some of my stuff. Also, Jaime Estrada, he's actually my publicist here in Las Vegas. He has been getting me on all kinds of different interviews, as well as he got me to open an amateur fight this Saturday. I'll be opening one of the fights here. Um, Let me see who else. Well, just all the people. I mean, I don't have all the names. If I had all the names, we'd be on here for a long time.
Oh,
So it would be
it's
like
all
those
good.
people didn't No, but every single person, and they all know who they are, that has, just supported my change into Tejano. I just want to say, like, I love you guys, and I thank you so much, so much for all the support. Honestly, you're making this so much more beautiful, than if I was alone trying to just get this thing going. It's just amazing. I don't know. I can't even put it in words. It's just amazing.
It is truly amazing, and I want to thank you, comadre, for calling up the show. And we like to introduce your latest single here on Tejano Spotlight Radio.
You want me to say the name?
Yeah,
Okay, well, this is my first single, or many more to come. And it's called Me Desalojaste de Tu Corazón.